Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sammy Pacehour, aka Boost is my friend. Please go through and smash that like button, that subscribe button, that bell notification. Comment below. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, I figured today I'd do a little video about my S10 since I'm building a motor for it. So this is my 85 S10. If you want to go check out my son's channel, which is Damian Pacehour, he has here you go, look at him. He's done a bunch of reviews on this thing, startup videos and stuff like that, because that's what he's into, is just cranking cars up and showing cars off. But this is my, like I said, 1985 S10. It's painted 2017 Ford Race Red. I painted it about a year and a half ago. It's got the Jag star wheels on it, 17s in the front, 15s in the rear. It's just an old work truck. It's kind of nice for a work truck, but this is my work truck. It's got a t56 Magnum. It was actually my other silver car when I had a wreck. I fixed it and put it in my truck. Here, I'll pop the hood for you and it was my wife's little brother's truck. My wife's little brother's truck. He burned up in a house fire back in 2004. My son Damien, he was just a few days old at the time. Sorry, there's a Doris product riding by. But my son Damien, he was born in 2004, and Damien was only just a few days old when Patrick died. And I tracked down his old truck. He was 15 at the time. I tracked down his old truck or whatever. It had a 355 Chevrolet with Pro Comp heads, 650 double pumper. He'd run 8.0s at the track with the way like it's set with that motor in it. But see, it's got 5.3. It's got 6.0 engine covers, but it's nothing but old aluminum block, like a 03 model, 5.3. Has some headers and stuff on it. It's got 2 MagnaFlows underneath it. So it ain't nothing but old dirty work truck. I've used it for years. Just do burnout sand and stuff like that. It's far from perfect. There's a little dent right there that a guy that was working for me dropped the freaking brake rotor on when they was loading the junk up. So it's not a bad looking little truck, but it's got an 8.8 out of a Ford Explorer. I put in it back in like 2009. I'll say it's probably dirty as crap underneath it. It does get, well, the lighting sucks. But anyways, the truck with the old school motor, it run 8.0s at like 87 mile an hour. Pulled that motor out, put a bone stock, like 2005 Avalanche motor. Nothing special. Not half the stuff hooked up on it, just stuck it in it. Because like I said, at the time there wasn't really a lot of stuff going on as far as LS swaps and stuff like that. So I ended up going through putting it in the truck. Took it to the track, it went 826. And then I ended up was messing with my business and decided like I was starting my business and all that. You know, just rocking and rolling, just trying to have money and make sure I was financially stable. I ended up going through and I sold the truck to a guy. They put at the time it had, I mean, it still has, let me see, let me turn my light on real quick. Okay, I'm back. If you look, it has some homemade motor mounts, so she's oldie. It gets driven, it ain't nothing pretty, but if you look, it has some homemade, I can't even see if I can get down there. It's got homemade motor mounts. They're basically the old school small block stuff. I ended up taking them and I took and redrilled them for the LS. This is before LS swaps. I had the LS stuff or whatever. I said it's got homemade motor mounts. This radiator hose I built, the fan. The radiator's out of like a 92 Corvette. It's got a little nitrous kit on it, homemade intake. Said it ain't nothing special. The wiring harness, it ain't nothing beautiful. It's just some stuff I did. Just run around to the factory thing. It's got a cross member underneath it I built out of angle iron. Like I said, it ain't nothing beautiful. So it's just an old dirty truck. Ain't nothing special about it. It just looks good. It's got a sunk fuel tank that I done myself. If you look, like I said, it ain't nothing. I cut the back of the tank down right there. Built me a sump in it, put a little inline fuel pump. When I originally did this truck, when I originally LS swapped it, I didn't have about, I think, $600 at the time in the complete swap. You know, going from I sold 355 for like 500 bucks. And I ended up buying all this shit. Like I said, I had about $600 in it. I reused a truck manifold on the passenger side thing. I used the F-body factory manifold on the driver's side, and was able to get the exhaust to hook up that way, chopping and cutting and stuff. It was a super low dollar build. Like most stuff I do. I do stuff on, well, like my car, I got a lot of money in it. Now, this car, the last car, I didn't. I just pretty much spend what I can when I can and get stuff done. But the main thing is I like to have stuff where I can drive it. I don't like to have stuff to just sit around and stuff. I don't like projects, like 4 or 5 projects that take forever. I'd rather have one thing going, get it up and going the way I want it, or get it going and then make it the way I want it, than to go through and just be working all the time on something and never get nothing done. Like I like to go through and work my butt off, get stuff up. I've done this swap in a weekend. Pulled the motor out, built the motor mounts, had things set down here in no time, and then I ended up going through and like I said, selling the truck off, and then I turned around and bought it back. So let me finish you up with the story. For the S10s, and I took the small block motor mounts, re-drilled them, turned around, bolted the motor to a turbo 350, same stall converter that was behind the 355, and like I said, the truck ended up going from 8.0s to 820, and it was night and day better drive. Gas mileage went through the roof. It was like driving a brand new truck with power, you know. I mean, 2/10 is not terribly a lot, not considering the difference going from carburetor to fuel injection and all that. Well, then, like I said, I turned around and started my business, so I ended up taking the truck, and I decided to sell it off. And I sold the truck running and driving on drag lights with the 5.3 turbo 350 for $3,500. The whole truck. It didn't have this quality of a paint job, but it had a decent red paint job. It had the 8.8 underneath the back of it. But I sold it with the welds on it and everything. I sold, like I said, with the drag lights and everything, I sold it for $3,500. Well, about 2 years passed, and I was missing my little donut truck, because that's what I like to do with it, is do donuts and burn the tires off. I started missing, so I was like, hey, I wonder whatever happened to it. So I hit the old dude Mark up and asked him about the truck. I was like, you know, what's the deal with it? He was like, man, I sold it to a guy. I don't know who he was. I just sold it or whatever. I don't know who the guy is. So luckily, the VIN and having friends, I was able to track down the new owner. Well, the new owner, he worked for Mark. I don't know why Mark was being shady, but he was trying to be shady on me or whatever. I don't know. I never gave him nothing to be mad at me about, but I said he was just being shady about it, because the dude told me when I went and bought it from him, he was like, yeah, he's like, I work for Mark. He was like, he knows where the truck was at. He's like, I don't know whether Mark was trying to buy it back or something, didn't want me to find out, but so I had luckily called a number and asked the guy. I was like, hey, I was like, you on a little red S10? And he was like, yeah. I was like, man, I've been looking for this truck. So they had a 6.0 in the truck. It went 740s. They blowed the motor up in it. So he ended up, he told me, he said, I'll tell you what, he said, my last divorce, he said, I had a Grand National. He said, I ended up having to sell it. He said, I'm going through a divorce again. I said, man, you didn't learn your lesson the first time? I was like, you just need to go through and, I said, well, hell, if you went through your last divorce and you're having a divorce right now, I said, you need to go and get off that truck. Let me get that truck or whatever. So he turned around and agreed. I ended up giving him $2,500 for the truck as a roller. Without the motor, the transmission I had sold the truck with, the converter I had sold the truck with, all it needed, and they had put full exhaust on it. They'd done the headers and full exhaust out the back. Well, like it is, they just had flow masters on it. I put magnum flows. But they sold me the whole truck, like I said, I bought it for $2,500, bought it back. Went to LKQ, bought me a motor, put the motor in the truck, sold the transmission to a guy I know that needed one for his Corvette. Ended up, I think I sold it to him for $500 installed. So that knocked some money off of it. So ended up, I decided I wanted to do overdrive transmission, so I put a 4L60 behind of it. The truck would run 840s with that motor in it. 4L60, just a little stall converter in it. The sprayed, it went 740s on $125. At like 96 or 97 mile an hour, if I remember correctly. So, play with that now. I was like, you know, I'm going to put an aluminum block motor in the truck. So, I ended up finding this little short block down at Pull Apart. I gave like $200 for it. I swapped it into it, put a Z06 cam in it. Ended up going through, take it to the track. And the best it run with the automatic was like I think it was an 830. is what it went with the automatic in the truck. With a straight drive, it's been 8.0s on a drag radial. Then I sprayed that motor, this motor here. I sprayed it, and the best I got it to go is a 712 at 102 mile an hour. And like I said, I've had sprayed nitrous on. I beat on this thing for years. I mean, it's aluminum block motor, and it makes some noise when it's cold. It smokes a lot too. So that's the whole goal, is to go through and to put that 403. We're gonna put it down in this body. Like I said, the paint, it looks pretty good to be painted in the driveway. It's not bad. You can see the shine of it. I do all right for somebody that was never went to school for it. Just something I picked up and learned. Just by not being scared. Like I said, in most things in life, the reason why people don't do it is because they're scared. So sometimes you just got to jump out your comfort zone and figure out what you're good at, instead of worrying about what somebody might think, or what somebody might have an opinion about you or whatnot. Sometimes you just got to do it, and you never know how good. Well, that light messes up. You never know how good you are at something until you go through and you actually do it, and not worry about somebody else judging you. The seat, I recovered it myself. I bought the seat. I bought the cover, and I done it myself. The interior's died, but it was dyed a long time ago. It was a red interior truck. It was dyed a long time ago, and there's some little mark stuff, but it's held up pretty well over the time, considering I daily drove this thing for about 3 or 4 years, and we've raced and raced and raced with it. Outrun a lot of stuff we shouldn't outrun with this whole truck, but so I figured I would just show it to you or whatever. Let me shut the hood back down. Figure I'd show it to you, that way you get an idea of what I'm talking about when I was talking about putting my 403 in my little S10. All right, guys, well, please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on later.